Hi, crafty friends. It's Debbie with Make It With Me. I just realized recently that I am going to be celebrating my first year as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator during Sale-A-Bration. And I didn't even realize that before. So I'm excited about that. And those of you that are familiar with Stampin' Up! Know that Sale-A-Bration normally only occurs once a year, and they did it twice this year. So I'm excited that it's falling during my 1 year anniversary. So I just thought what a great opportunity to share a little bit about why I became a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And also, I want to offer, in addition to what you get free from Stampin' Up! During Sale-A-Bration, I would like to offer something free from me just to say thank you. It has been a wonderful journey. I have loved this past year. I look forward to future years. And so I just wanted to, while I am making a project with one of the free items during Sale-A-Bration, I'm going to be demonstrating the delicate dahlias. So this is wonderful for those of you that like to color and those that don't like to color, because this is what Stampin' Up! Calls distinctive stamps. And so you have the option to, you can stamp this and color it with whatever media you like, pencils, markers, anything, whatever you like to color with. And if you don't like to color, and I have a friend that I craft with, she does not like coloring. So these are just right up her alley because you get the colored look, because these stamps have layers. You can stamp it in one color, but the way they're made, it looks like you've put different colors in there, light and dark. It's beautiful. So I will demonstrate that. And while I'm doing that, this is one of the free items that you can earn during Sale-A-Bration, which occurs all of the month of August and September. And I want to share some opportunities with you to earn some free products, as well as earn some free things from me. And so let's get started with that. Thanks so much for stopping by, and I hope you'll stay with me. So I've stamped my images. The one on the left is on the basic white, which I'll be stamping the color in, and the one on the right is watercolor paper, and I'll be using watercolor pencils for those. So I'm putting these back on my stamping platform because this is how I will add the color with the inside part of it with the stamps. And you all, here is my first mistake. I'm ashamed to say I messed with this for probably 10 minutes before I figured out what I did wrong. And what I did is I trimmed my paper before I did the inside of the flower with my stamping. And so it took me a little while to figure that out. So I had to reposition everything, which totally negates the use of a stamping platform. But I wanted to leave this mistake in because I did fix it. Just took me a little while to realign everything. But as you can see, it worked out and it's fine. So I'm going to go ahead and get the color stamped inside of my flowers and my leaves. And here you will see that I'm going to do a little masking. Now this is just Avery removable label paper, and I've already pre-cut, and you see I only cut one side of it because I wasn't worried about the other side because I knew it wouldn't be stamping there. But I'm masking it because the image, the flower is the image in the front, and I don't want that green to get on my flower. And so I'm going to go ahead and get these stamped up and get the color put on my leaves. And then coming up here, you're going to see my second mistake. Folks, I left this in because we all make them. And I just wanted to show you how, you know, it's not the end of the world. There's always a way to fix things. Crafters always, we kind of have a saying, when you make a mistake, just embellish. So I'm going to show you, I wanted to leave this error in and show you how that I fixed it and saved this card. I do not throw cards away, hardly ever. So here you go. I turn my paper around, get everything lined up ready to stamp, and I've got my stamp in the right place, but I forgot to move my mask, folks. Watch this. My mask is still down there on the second flower on the other side. And just like that, I stamp green, right on my pretty pink flower. And I immediately knew what I did. But I just turn it around and it gets fixed, so it's all good. Here I go. Boom. But anyway, I just wanted to leave that in because, you know, on YouTube, things just sometimes look so easy and no mistakes. And this is real life, folks. We make mistakes. So I get my stamping done. I think it came out really pretty. And so that's my stamped image. There's my boo-boo. And so now I'm just going to bring in my watercolor piece, and I am using the Stampin' Up watercolor pencils in Pink Flamingo is going to be my lighter pink color, and Melon Mambo will be my darker pink. And I'm leaving my stamped image here up in the corner. I'm kind of using that as a visual guide for myself so I'll know where I want my highlights and where I want to make the color a little darker. And so I'm going to start out with the Pink Flamingo. I can't talk today. Words are not working. So I'll start out with the Pink Flamingo, and then I'll just blend that out with the water brush. And then you'll see I get a little impatient here with the drying process, so I'll grab my heat tool and just speed that up a little bit. But while I'm coloring, I wanted to tell you just kind of a little bit about Sale-A-Bration and the free items that you can get when you shop with Stampin' Up! During September or August and September. Well, it's the end of August now, so first part's over almost, but there's still time. So, but I am going to be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for my first year in September, so I wanted to, just as a thank you, just to give back a little bit for those that supported me and ordered with me, and I've just had so much fun, and I'm really looking forward to my next year. But I have been making some boxed gift sets of handmade cards, and I really think the boxes have turned out just really pretty. And so for every $50 order that you place for the remainder of August and through September, you'll get a free item from Stampin' Up! And I would like to send you one of those boxed gift sets from me. And the box will contain a variety of cards. I'm going to try to mix it up with some shaker cards, different techniques, as well as different occasions. I'd like to send birthday, thank you, thinking of you, maybe a get well or a sympathy, but I'd like to put 5 or 6 cards in there, and I'll share a picture of those. I forgot to include that in the video, but I'll post a picture on my Facebook page so you can see what those look like. But I'd like to give you one of those with every $50 order during Sale-A-Bration. And then for every $150 order, you are going to get at least 3 free items from Stampin' Up! For every 50. Some of the items are $100 items. And then you also can earn Stampin' Rewards, which is going to give you a reward to put toward something else that you want. But in addition to that, from me personally, I would like to send you a free Paper Pumpkin subscription for 1 month to our Paper Pumpkin group. If you haven't seen Paper Pumpkin, I will link that below as well, so you can take a look at past kits, and you'll find tons of YouTube videos on those. But they're really nice, especially if you're a brand new card maker or crafter, or maybe even just you're thinking about trying it and want to see if you like it. So I would like to gift you one of those with every $150 order. And also, so for here, I'm adding my darker pink. And you can see those are just blending. I've really been pleased with these watercolor pencils, you all. I like watercolor better all the time. You don't have to be quite so precise. And I don't know, there's just something really therapeutic to me and relaxing about that blending. And I just really like it. Now, the greens I'm using is the Granny Apple Green is my lighter color, and Garden Green is my darker color. And you can see I'm just adding that to the veins and then blending it out. I want to leave some of that light. There's a big difference in my leaves in the stamped image and the watercolor image. I have some ideas I think I might change on that stamped image too, but I really like the way they both came out. And then also, while I'm finishing my coloring, I wanted to share with you a little bit about the promotion for becoming a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator during Sale-A-Bration as well. So during Sale-A-Bration, It's the standard $99 for $125 in product. Any product you choose. You don't have to choose any particular items. And in addition to that, during Sale-A-Bration, Stampin' Up! Is also going to give you a free bundle. And that was really nice because I looked up all the bundles that you can choose from, and the least expensive one is around $31.50 for the stamp and die set, and the most expensive one is around $65. So that is really a deal. So for $99, you get $125 in product plus a free bundle, plus you get to enjoy your 20% discount and the Stampin' Rewards just like customers do. And there are perks along the way. There's always some kind of promotion going. But I wanted to share that with you because I've learned that if I don't, I had someone come back to me one time and say, Debbie, why didn't you tell me about this? So I'm sharing that with you today. I have just so much enjoyed being a demonstrator, and I talk to other demonstrators who don't really want to do anything other than just be a hobby demonstrator. Just enjoy that discount and the perks that go along with it. If you love the Stampin' Up! Products as much as we do, there really is no risk. I mean, it is just a wonderful opportunity to save a little money, get the stamps and things that you love, and it's just really, there's no risk. If you decide that at some point you don't want to be a demonstrator anymore, you just don't do an order. Nobody's going to be calling you, knocking on your door. You know, it's just a win-win. So I just want to put that out there. If it's something you're interested in and you have questions, I'd love to talk with you. I decided that I think I would like to kind of grow a team. I've had so much fun, and I've met so many nice people, and I just love the crafting community. So if that's something you'd like more information on, I'd love to share that with you. And I also would like to offer you another free gift in addition to the other two, a free stamp set from me. So if you decide that you'd like to join my team, and I'd love to help you along the way. So here I am just going over, I looked up pictures of dahlias online, and a lot of them had this really pretty white tip on the edge of the petal. And so I've taken my gel pen and put those white tips on there with my stamped image. I did not do that on the watercolor piece because I had already left the tips of those lighter, as you can see, so they didn't really need it. But I did do the white dotting on the leaves. I saw May Made It do this. Her name's May. She has a website, maymaymadeit.com. I see her do this a lot with the 3 little dots, and I just think it was a really pretty technique on the leaves. So I did do that on the leaves on both pieces, but I think they turned out really pretty. I like that they look different. I think they both turned out pretty, but I like the differences in them too. So here I decided I would like to try to, on the watercolor piece, add just a light blue shadow around my stamped image and my colored image. And the easiest way for me, instead of the water brush, was with the regular paintbrush. So I'm just laying down some water, and then I smushed my ink pad on my glass mat, and I'll just pick up some of that color and add it, and you can see it spreads out and moves really easily. I don't think that the color shows up quite as well on camera as I'm doing this, but you'll begin to notice it a little more, and then it shows up really nice in the photos, so you'll be able to see it there. But I really like how this came out. One thing I probably would change is, I think instead of using the Wink of Stella on the watercolor piece, I would have spritzed the whole thing with some kind of a shimmer spray or a spritz. And if I do this card again, I probably will try that and just see how it looks. But I'm really liking the blue shadow around the flowers. This color is called Soft Sky. It's a retired color with Stampin' Up. There's a new one now called Balmy Blue that is also a light blue that's pretty. But for sky backgrounds and things, I still really love this old color. The Balmy Blue might be a tad bit darker, but it works fine too. But I just really like this Soft Sky. So I get all my color down there, and of course I'll let that dry. I probably hit it with a heat tool too, but I think it came out really nice. And it's super easy to do. I love watercolor more all the time. You just don't have to be quite as precise with it. So I'm going to put this card front on a piece of the Pink Flamingo cardstock did that match really well. I think it's so pretty. Of course, this is my stamped image. Now the paper that I've put together for the greeting on the front, I'm going to use that to cover up my first little boo-boo, you all. I point that out there. And these were just some little pieces of paper I found in my scraps. I think there's just something about pink with black and white polka dots. And I just thought it made it really kind of pop. And so I'm going to put that over my little boo-boo. And you guys, no one's going to know that's there except me and you, of course, if you're watching this video, which I appreciate very much. And so I'm going to put my greeting on. Thank you kindly. That's also from the Delicate Dahlia stamp set. And then I'm going to add a little black pre-made bow. If you all have watched any of my videos, you know that I like to do these little small bows, but I have trouble with bows, so I use a fork method. There is a really easy way to make a bow with a fork. Yes, I know. I keep a fork in my craft room. And so I also decided I wanted to add a few of these enamel dots. Oh my goodness, you all. Here is where I had a Winkostella explosion. It just wasn't coming out. It felt like there was still plenty in there, and I was shaking it. Gave it a good squeeze. Squeezed too hard, and it was it was literally just going everywhere. So this flower is going to have a ton of Winkostella on it. But you know what? I just went with it. I am still very happy with it. It's just a very glittery flower. So here I'm just adding Winkostella to my second flower. And you guys, really, I just did not give up on it. Look, I'm even going back and adding more, still trying to spread that out. It's just so funny. But I just went with it, and I'm still very happy with the way it came out. So here I'm just adding a few enamel dots, and this card is just about finished. So I'll add a piece of the basic white. Now I will stamp a sentiment in here, and I'll also stamp the inside. So those are my cards for the day. Thanks so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed it, and happy stamping.